Innocent children deserve to die.
Yes, because they're in the future are terrorists and hateful towards Israel.
Okay, yeah.
So I rather stop them living now before they grow and have a weapon. It's simpler.
Oh, okay. So killing kids is like, so if you had the choice, you would go into hospitals where kids are born and kill them.
Everyone till the last, all Gaza needs to be flat. No one there.
No one there.
It just has you thinking because we see children being decimated, blown to pieces. I mean, hundreds of kids just being, destroyed. So the mindset, we know that there is a clear verse in the Quran, killing one innocent human being, doesn't matter, Jew, Christian, anybody, is as if you killed all of mankind. So what do you, when you see something like this, the mindset, what's your reaction?
This person is probably, mentally not well, or if he's mentally well, then he needs to be looked at. And Western countries need to know his name, and they need to block his entry into their countries. I'm pretty sure a lot of Israelis walk around freely in Western lands because they get free passage. But if people who have these views are walking around freely, I don't see why ISIS is bad then. Why is ISIS bad? They even, I don't know if they said these kind of things. They are bad. Of course they are bad. We don't agree with them. We have disowned them. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, we have disowned all people who hold such extremist views. This is extremism of the worst kind. How can you even think of killing children? It is unbelievable. What kind of a human heart do you have? Are you even a human being? This is the question I ask. How can someone who has blood running through his veins and considers himself to be normal talk like this? This is brainwashing taking place within the state of Israel, where people are being made to think like this. They are becoming extremists. They are becoming dangerous. And these people have very, very dangerous weapons in their hands. And look at what he said, that all the children of Gaza, they need to be wiped out. Imagine he becomes the prime minister of Israel. Imagine if he becomes one of those influential people in Israel. And I'm pretty sure there are many people like that. Is this what we are? Is this what we are trying to promote in the world? Is this why the state of Israel claims that it is a democracy? Israel, the state of Israel respects human rights. If you do, then why is this guy free if he's free? Why is he still free? Who's talking openly about killing Palestinian children on screen? Because he feels the protection he needs. He knows that nothing's going to happen. He knows he's in Israel. If he is in Israel, I don't know where he is. He knows he's not going to be arrested and reprimanded for this. So this is absolutely crazy. This is shocking. How people can talk like this in this day and age after all the destruction we've had for the last 30 years. What have we learned from our human experience of the last 30 years, where we had catastrophes of a grand scale? We had Iraq war, we have Afghan war, we had Vietnam, we have, before that, we had 2 world wars where millions of people died. What have we learned as humans from those experiences? Things seems to be getting worse, unfortunately, in some people's mind. So this is shocking. This is shocking behavior, and this is brainwashing of the worst kind. And whoever is responsible for this must be held accountable. Whoever is responsible for this kind of talk, this kind of training, or this kind of thought, it's unbelievable. Shocking. If a Muslim spoke like this, Brother Eddie, if a Muslim spoke like that from Pakistan, let's say from Palestine or from Morocco, that would be on the news.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine that?
Yes. I mean, I can imagine that. I can, if a crazy nutter, a Muslim somewhere sitting in a room somewhere,
they have them all over, plastered all over the news.
It would be
mainstream, it would be headlines everywhere.
It would become the representation of Islam for a year. And this is the problem we are facing today in the world as a community. Our voice is not being heard because we don't have independent media. We need to have independent media so that our voices can be heard by the Western masses, not only our own masses, but even the Western masses living in the US, in Canada, in European lands, in Australia. People need to hear what the Muslim community has to say on these things. And that's only possible when we have independent media, when we don't rely on this so-called mainstream media that doesn't allow our voices to be heard.
Yeah.
That's why we need the media and influence.
Here's trends are set, and even other nations can see other nations doing good, speaking for justice, and maybe this can be a motivation for them to get on that bandwagon instead of just remaining complicit by being silent. So it's very amazing to see the Irish people who are really leading in this by example. I want to get your take on this.
Bombing of hospitals, of schools, of sewage treatment plants. It is appalling. And if you want to know what the people of Palestine, you say that you're speaking on behalf of the people of Palestine. If you want to know what the people of Palestine want, ask the Palestinian farmers.
We've seen the most desperate and brutal violations of people's right to protest against injustice, against occupation, against the taking of the very ground from under people.
Israel is an apartheid state. Any of us who've been there know that. Once you know that, it changes you.
Would you recommend that? What was your take on that? You know, these are people obviously know what's going on. You know, the Irish people are strong people, they're brave, you know, and these are people of integrity who are speaking